The day before just came out. We all know. We've all followed the day before. I've at least showcased the day before, the previous videos about it, how it steals assets, how much of a fucking scam this is, like all of the wackiness, like, oh my god, another company stole our name. We have to delay our game for fucking a year because of it. All kinds of just crazy shit. The absolute wackiness of this game, from being the most wishlisted game on Steam to being the most out-and-out scam on Steam, and everything between. It just came out. It just came out. So we're gonna see. The day before is an absolute disaster. Who could have thought it? Who could have thunk of this, my friend? Who could have foreseen this happening? Definitely not the almighty Prophet Corgi. Definitely not. But we did, and we're gonna see how bad it is, guys. So let's get ready. Let's get ready. This is going to be great. I am so excited for this. If you guys want to see some weird shit.
All right, so the day before is finally here. I played all day yesterday.
It's finally here. Man, dude, I honestly, guys, before we continue, I'm already subbed to him. The Force Gaming deals with a lot of things, survival games, but especially MMOs. He covers a lot of scams and you know, tells you that they're scams and everything. He's a great guy, fantastic creator. I'm putting his link there. Give it a like, give it a sub if you enjoy this content. Force Gaming is one of the real fantastic content creators on YouTube. One day I hope to be even like a quarter as good as he is. And he's also extremely entertaining. So look, this guy actually bought and downloaded this fucking game, and he's covered it before, so he knows, and he's been very open. We watched the videos about it, of how shitty you know, games like the day before will be, and so on. So he knew going in what he was getting. He knew how much time he'd be wasting, but he did it anyways, and he did it anyways to let all of us know. So give him some love, guys. I just look at this. Look at poor Force Gaming right here. Look at his face. Look at his face, dude. Poor guy is looking haggard, and he is just logged in the game. He's looking fucking haggard. so let's give the guy some love, man. Holy
Streaming
shit.
It for a
He
few
deserves
hours
it.
and then playing for several more off stream myself, and I gotta say, my first impressions are not good. Things immediately began poorly. As I was downloading the game, Liam managed to finish and get in. First thing that happened after making a character, he fell through the floor, infinitely falling through space, forcing him to reboot. I thought,
oh god, this is already starting off super well. This is basically everything I imagined and more. If I had $40 to spare, I would have bought this game just to meme on it for days at a time. It probably would have created some good content, but guys, I do not have $40 to spare. But this is kind of what I expected. This is kind of, let's be real. This is exactly what I expected. But let's see how it continues. Let's see how it continues. Force Gaming, this picture of you, brother, I want you to know I didn't mean to pause it like this. I didn't mean to do you like that, but you know what? This is not you. This is the day before doing this to you, and I understand this. I get it.
That's kind of funny, but he's probably just unlucky. So I clicked on a random Twitch stream because I wanted to watch some gameplay while I was downloading, and the exact same thing was happening. The guy's stream that I was watching made a character and immediately fell through the floor.
No.
Like, I literally couldn't believe it. But, you know, whatever. We'll just give it a shot ourselves,
look at that
right?
ball
so
mechanic.
I got in, booted up my stream, and the adventure began. Now, after making
ball
a character where you select
guys.
from a variety of visual and class
Ball
options, you wake up in
simulator.
Woodbury. Now, fortunately, I didn't.
Woodbury? That sounds very familiar. One could almost say it's the name of the city in The Walking Dead for, like, what, season 2, 3, and 4, or whatever? Wait, no, it is. It's that exact name. You can't even pretend like they're not stealing it. It is the exact fucking name. Oh, Wicker Man, we're gonna go through those. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Falling through the floor and was able to progress, being introduced to what is essentially the game's main town or social hub full of NPCs and other players. The prologue takes you through all the major...
Anyone who bought this game is counted as part of that NPC group, by the way. I'm kidding. That was me. That was me. Dude, I feel so bad for all the people that bought this game for $40 and they ended up with this. Like, I was memeing about the NPC. Like, that they're not NPCs. Look, man, they just wanted this game to be so good, and they got fucking duped. Oh god, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Yeah. Nick Grimes, exactly. Carlo. Instead of Carl, it's Carlo. Yeah.
Vendors and stations, there's a doctor, guns and ammo, storage, and a workbench. All the stuff was actually fine. Woodbury is a cool looking location.
Right.
It has the
Looks
standard
right.
vendors you'd expect, and it was neat seeing other players running around. After about 20 minutes, I am then directed to the homestead. This is where they have the game's player housing. Now, having left the confines of the instant social hub, however, my frame rate immediately tanked. Oh, that was really...
Ooh. And dude, Force Gaming is huge. He's a huge content creator. Dude, this guy is running a good rig. He's not running some like fucking laptop running a 2080 laptop version of a 2080 like me. That's I'm pointing to myself here, guys. He's not running this jank ass computer. He's running a real computer rig.
Why is that so choppy?
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, jeez.
Oh, God. Ooh.
What is happening?
Oh.
Hey, guys, how's
the
the
pain.
stream? How's it running for you right now?
Oof.
I was getting, I don't know, about like 10 frames per second.
Yeah, 10 is generous.
Now, things did smooth out after about a minute, but this was not a good sign and turned out to be a bit of a performance foreshadowing.
One might call it a
my
harbinger.
base, selecting from various templates. You're able to place down buildings and other stuff, basically. So to start, I had access to...
It's funny because if you go back,
from various...
all of these are just straight up assets on the Unreal Store. They literally just grabbed them and just slapped them here. That's it. That's all they did. They're like, hey, you can put these on the map. Dude, none of these were custom made. None of these are custom
templates.
made.
You're able to place down buildings and other stuff, basically. So to start, I had access to this tent, a camp cot, and a few decorative items. And I thought this was neat. Like, it seemed fine. Although, in all my remaining playtime, I have not once yet revisited this area, as there hasn't seemed to be a reason to do so. But...
Ooh. Oh my god, so the entire player housing thing, they were like, you can make your weapons here, you can do workshop, it's like all these like, you know, really interesting survival mechanics, and no, it's nothing. Okay, wow, okay, so that is what, Broken Promise number 4 so far, guys, I think? Maybe 5? Yeah, exactly. You know, this is looking great, guys. This is yet another Broken Promise. All right.
So far,
$40
not so bad.
game.
Like, beyond the frame drops, a few awkward dialogue choices.
All right. Your speech organ seemed fine.
My speech organ and the...
Hey, chat, your speech organ seems tremendous, by the way. Great speech organing, guys, my friends. Great speech organing.
Lucky people who start out falling through the floor. This introduction 30 minutes or so was fine. Not my preferred way to start a game. I like getting into the action and not talking to NPCs for 30 straight minutes, but ultimately nothing aggressively bad had happened at this point. Well, that all changed as soon as I left the social hub and headed out into New Fortune City, or to put in...
So what Force is saying, to paraphrase, is, you know, the first 30 minutes where we're not actually playing the game, it's okay. But that changes as soon as we start playing the actual game. Oof. Oh god, that subtext. Oh god. Oh my lord. Holy shit. Man, I was saying that, man, if I had $40, I would play this for content. You know, maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I just wouldn't at this point. Like, even if I had $100 like to spare, would I spare 40 on this? That it's looking worse. It's looking rather dire. Probably not.
Other way, once it was time to actually start playing the game, things immediately took a turn for the worse. This has just been a pretty awful experience all around. I think this game,
dude, Force Gaming is super kind, even in his most middling reviews. Like, he'll tell you like the really good parts, the really bad parts of a game, but he'll always be like, you know, these devs tried. You know, this can be smoothed out. He's like really, really generous with his verbiage. Him saying this, ooh, guys, let me tell you, I've watched Force Gaming for like 4 years. We've been covering him on this channel for a very long time. Yeah, that's bad. That's not good.
Really, really
That's
not
rough.
good, but let's talk about the reasons why.
Yeah.
For starters, the gun feedback is bad, with there
That
being
looked
quite
bad in
heavy
the trailer.
delay on shooting effects and hit registration. Many times
Oh,
it'll be
wait,
hard
what?
to tell if you've even hit anything after shooting or how much damage you did. So
Whoa, what was that delay? Was that lag or is this
hit
just
anything
normal?
after shooting.
Okay, watch. Let's count. From the time the gun shoots the bullet, the recoil, to the hit registration on the zombie. Also, this zombie looks fucking atrocious. All right, let's see. All right. That being said, let's count, guys.
Or how much
Oh
damage.
my god, dude. That was an entire second. That was an entire second of, like, just delay from the... What kind of bullet is this? What in the world? That is the slowest bullet I've ever seen. Holy shit. Holy shit. And that is the main driving force of this game. That's the combat. That's really fucking great. This is tremendous.
So for that reason, in
This is
most cases, you'll
tremendous.
just keep shooting, hoping
Oh
the
my
thing
god.
you're aiming
Oh
at
my god,
dies.
it gets
Now, majority
worse.
of the time,
There
you'll
was two delays there. There was the delay from the bullet hitting the body reacting, and then there was another delay for the blood splatter to happen after the body got hit. So there's the double delay. There's the double delay. So the devs really like that double mint gum. Double your pleasure, double your fun. Bump with double mint gum. Except it's lag, and you're doubling the lag, and that is just double bad. This is ooh, oh god, this is painful.
happen is you fire a shot, and there's
man.
at least like a 1 to 2
man.
second delay before you see that shot
Yep.
register, or before
Oh,
the
no,
animations
the
of your
recoil
target
as
being
well.
hit end up showing. But even worse is that in some circumstances, and this especially seems to be the case in PvP when you're engaging with another player and
Can you imagine playing PvP with this lag? Dude, people meme Tarkov for, like, you know, a 0.005 second, you know, desync, which is, by the way, fixed now. Can you imagine playing with an entire second of desync? Holy shit. This, oh god, I can't even imagine.
dealing with their connection from their PC to the servers,
my
and then from the servers
God.
back to you and back and forth. When you're fighting another player, this is even more exaggerated. Many times you'll unload an entire clip into the player, and then several seconds will go by. They'll run around a corner or take cover or go into
Holy
the
shit,
street, move
dude.
through a door, whatever. And then after like a good 4 to 5 seconds, they just drop dead on
Oh
the
my
floor. In fact, this
God.
exact thing happened when Liam and I were in Discord chatting.
That was a
we happened to be on the
2
same
delay
server, and
before
I
he
ended
fell.
up killing him. That was a real fight. That's a real gunfight.
God. He's dead, but his body doesn't
dead?
know it yet.
I died.
Ah!
Oh my god.
Oh, did you kill me?
You?
Yeah.
Is there no melee in this game? I have not seen a single melee hit. This is weird. What kind of zombie survival game has 0 melee? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but like it looks like there's no melee in this game.
just died. I mean,
Wait, that
I'm
was
not
you?
sure, dude.
How do you
Yeah.
have no melee in
Did
this game?
you get my stuff? I'm absolutely loaded, dude.
What's hilarious about this, beyond
Share
the
that
fact
with me
that that
afterwards,
happened, was
Rooker
you
Man.
can see I unload into him. He then runs around the truck
Yep.
and ends up
He-
falling
he
dead several
walks
feet
for a
and a few
good
seconds
5
later. Like, it
seconds
is the
while
registration
he's dead.
of these shots happening is super bad. In addition
Oh
to
my
that, I would
God.
say the sound effects in this game are not great, but I'm not even so much talking about the sounds of the gunshots themselves. Like, do they sound like guns? Whatever. But it's how the game
Right.
handles positional and directional audio that appears to be quite poor.
Ooh.
The distance and direction of gunshots, or really any sounds in the game, seem terribly inaccurate. So you'll
Ooh.
hear something that sounds like it's just next door, like maybe a few feet away from you, but it ends up being around the block or even streets over. Gunshots, player
man.
sounds like footsteps, zombie gurgles, alarm.
So they just didn't map any of the sound effects. Like it takes a lot of work to do the sound mapping and stuff. But this is a survival game. Like, this is where it's necessary. Like, dude, Tarkov lives and breathes by the sound mechanics, and some of that is wonky on like some certain maps, or if you're like, you know, in a specific spot. Sometimes there's like one singular like small area where the sound is like heard by the entire building or some shit, and people meme the fuck out of it for the devs. This is the entire game here. Like, that's one spot in like a single map of Tarkov. This is the entire game of the day before.
alarms. Oh, and did I mention the
fuck?
alarms? They are omnipresent, aggressively and hilariously so. I basically need to go back to Woodbury.
What did that
Sorry,
sound? Oh God!
Just have to run by this alarm.
Holy
One of the 100
shit!
alarms triggered right now.
Oh my God!
These are just constantly going.
Dude, that alarm! Oh my God! Dude, I'm feeling pain in my under my right eye just from hearing that sound, just for 5 seconds. That might be the most annoying alarm I've ever seen or ever heard. I guess that's a better term. This might be the worst one. Yeah, nails on chalkboard shit right there. Exactly.
Off all the time, everywhere.
Holy
It's
crap.
super loud, and as far as I can tell, there was
no.
no way of shutting them off. I couldn't shoot them. I couldn't interact with the pads to turn them off, as we've seen in preview gameplay
he's so
footage. Now, I was
desperate
told
to
by
get rid of
people
it,
that
he
you needed
shot
to
the
actually pick
alarm.
a character
Didn't
who
work.
basically had the perk that let them shut off the alarms. Apparently, I didn't, so I was just constantly listening to alarms blaring everywhere from basically every shop, every door that you could walk into. Besides the larger buildings, all those small stores along the roads appear to have an alarm, and they were just constantly being triggered. It was super annoying. I don't know what else to say. I'm also fairly certain that the game pumps out fake gunshot sounds. Now, this sounds very conspiratorial, right? But it's like, oh, they're putting out fake gun sounds to make it sound like there's players playing when there actually isn't. I'm not accusing them of doing that, but I do think they're just putting fake gun sounds in there just
slapping
for the
them
heck
everywhere.
of it, or it seems to be the case if this isn't some sort of a bug. So what happened is I was walking around the city and I kept hearing shots nearby. So I would move towards that sound's location.
And it was just
looked to be like it was inside of a building, but I couldn't see the entrance. So I would like walk around the entire perimeter of the building, looking for an entrance, looking for the source of the sound, but there wasn't any. This
And it's
was
not
one of
even
those
a building you can
blocks
go
that
in.
had no
Amazing.
actual storefront or entrance to it. But I kept hearing the shots and I kept running around the building. There was never a source of those shots other than them just being generated. There's also things like, you know, the zombie AI in this game isn't very good. It doesn't make a lot of sense most of the time. Sometimes
what was that? Dude, the 3 shots happen and then the zombie gets pushed back like a couple of seconds later, and it just like does this like dog wiggle, like a dog just getting out of the pool or whatever, and he like does the, you know, the little shimmy where he like throws off all the water. That's a zombie. Oh my God, dude, what the fuck is this game?
You when you're right next to them, or you could be sprinting by them and nothing will happen. Other times they'll be hyper aware of you. It's just very inconsistent, really. Animations also of these zombies, they are very few animations. The ones that are there aren't very good. They don't actually sync up with the hits and the movement of the character. Everything is very glitchy and buggy. Speaking of bugs and glitch, dude, lots of them. The ones that we've seen personally so far.
Speaking of bugs and glitches, dude, that's it. That's all he had to say. He could have ended the sentence right there, and it would have given the entire feel of it. Oh my God, this might be the worst game of 2023. You know, we've had some zingers. We have had the Forespokens. We've had the Golems. We had the King Kong. And now we have the day before. Just when we thought the year was done. Just when we thought we're putting, you know, the button on 2023, being like, you know, it's been a good year. It's been also one of the best years of gaming in a decade. Like, seriously, we've had some amazing bangers. We've also had some real stinkers. And now, before the year is done, we get the gift. We get the last gift of 2023 the day before. Oh man. Oh, these devs. Fntastic. Never change.
Things like zombies being stuck in vehicles or on the terrain. Players getting stuck in terrain. We saw players locked behind fences. The falling through the floor that we mentioned at the beginning. There were many instances of players just not appearing. For example, when in...
Why is he up there? What the hell is this? What in the world, bro? What in the world? Boy is flying. Look at this shit. Oh my
the social
God.
hub, you would see just like the data pads, the tablets floating around. There would be a player kneeling looking at it, but you just didn't see the player, so all you ended up with was a floating data pad. And in fact, if we want to go back to the gunshot thing, maybe it's the case that the shots were real, but I couldn't see the players, because we've seen that there can be invisible players. We've seen all sorts of issues with animations, bugs, and glitches. We know that invisible players are a thing. It's happened in the social hub at least. So maybe the gunshot sound thing being fake isn't the reality. But
There's
maybe
no
there's
player.
just invisible players running around shooting that we just can't see.
That
but we
sounds
can
about
hear them.
right.
That's a possibility
Sounds
as
about
well.
right.
Many instances of character animations glitching out. One frequent example that we saw was instead of like seeing a player running as they would be on their screen, we would see them in a kneeling position, just sliding at sprinting speed across the floor, just not moving, as if they were
Amazing.
crouched, like looking
This
in their
is
inventory
amazing.
or looking at their data pad. They were in that position permanently, but sprinting at full speed.
He's
It's
just going.
buggy,
He's just
glitchy.
going in the crouch
It's
position.
Not good. And then yes, those alarms constantly going off. If
God.
that is not intentional, maybe we can file that under the bugs and glitches side of things. And then, as alluded to earlier on, the performance has not been good all
insane.
around. I would say this game performs very badly. Now, I have a decent PC. I'm not ultimately the top of the line, but I've got an i7
much better computer than I
11700K.
do.
I've got 64 gigs of RAM. I got a GeForce RTX 3080. For me, the game
Bro has a 3080 and 64 gigs of RAM, and it's running like this, dude. Holy shit. I'm on a laptop with half that RAM, and mine is a 2080 laptop version of a 2080, so it's much weaker than a normal 2080. It ain't, oh man, it ain't even close. Holy crap, dude. I would maybe get like 2 frames a minute here. This sounds atrocious, bro. Holy crap. Flora, I'll answer that after this.
ran like garbage. Frame rate was all over the
Oh
place,
my God,
very
dude.
inconsistent. The only thing that was consistent was the stuttering that would happen, in addition to hitching that would regularly occur as you move through the city, presumably because the game is loading in areas, causing these little mini hitches as the loading happens. But the frame rate, the performance was just bad across the board.
Yeah.
Now, at first I thought that was because I was streaming, but this persisted outside of the streaming.
Oh,
When I was no
no.
longer streaming, when I was no longer
Oh,
recording
no.
gameplay, just running natively on my PC, which has those settings. Again,
Oh,
I
this
don't have
is
the
so
absolute
sad to
beastiest
see.
PC, but that's not bad. RTX 3080, 11700K, 64 gigs of RAM. My PC generally runs most games pretty well, even at
That's a
a
pretty
2K
good computer.
resolution. This ran bad. I played around with all the settings. I lowered the visual presets. I tried different
Bro is running this on 1280 by 760. He's putting this on like essentially low. 1280, sorry, by 720. 1280 by 720 resolution, and it's running like this. Are you kidding me right now?
all the settings. I lowered the visual presets.
Oh my
I tried
God.
different DLSS settings, low latency
This is
mode.
a
Nothing
horror
seemed to cut
story.
it. If anything, it
Holy
appeared like the longer
shit.
I played, the progressively worse it got. I don't know if this is issues with cache.
Yeah,
I don't know if this
we're
is issues
watching
with
this
memory
video right
leaks,
now,
but
Daft
yes,
Primo,
for
about the
me,
day before.
performance of this game has not been great. Now, I know for some people, it probably is fine because that's just the nature of PC gaming.
I don't
Performance
think
can
this
be
is
all
going to
over the
run
place.
well
But
for
judging by
anyone.
Steam reviews and from
Yeah.
a lot of at least the anecdotal accounts that I've heard,
There's no
it
way.
seems like performance being an issue is pretty widespread. Anytime that there were more than a few zombies nearby,
Oof,
which
oh
wasn't
God.
very often, but whenever there were more than like 2 to 3 zombies, that also seemed to cause some massive FPS drops,
Also,
which actually kind of
I have to say, like, he's shown, I don't know if he's going to talk about this. I don't know if this is a thing, but like, he's shown a few different areas of the map. He's shown a few, like a part where he's running around the city here and so on. There have been like almost no zombies. Like, are we in the post-apocalyptic world, or is this like it's so far beyond the post-apocalypse that like the zombies themselves are dying? Like, I don't understand. Like, I see barely any zombies. What kind of zombie survival game doesn't have zombies? Like, what in the world, dude? Should be, I don't know. I just feel like, you know, maybe in a park like this, it would make sense for there to be not many zombies. But even in the clips earlier where he was in the actual city, this game is so bad it also killed the zombies. Oh my lord.
into my suspicion
It's
when they
amazing.
early on prior to release announced that this game would focus on PvP and that the zombie side of things wouldn't be a major emphasis. I thought that might be due to the fact that maybe they want fewer zombies to help with general performance of the game. I thought that was a possibility. It seems
They decided that in order to, you know, help the game run better, they're just going to have less gameplay. That's what I'm hearing. They just decided to have less gameplay, guys. That's all. You know, if we just have less zombies, there'll be less frame drops. You know, we could fix our game, but we're not going to fix the game. We're just going to have less zombies. That makes this infinitely better. Oh my God. Holy shit. That's certainly That is certainly one way to do it. Yeah, zombie game with no zombies, 10 out of 10. Hey, at least it runs better when there are no zombies, you know? Oh my
like
god.
that might be the case, or at least
Yeah, it's a
again
walking
in my
sim.
personal anecdotal
Holy
experience, whenever
shit.
there was more than like 2 zombies nearby, performance definitely took a hit. So yeah, performance is bad. There's bugs and glitches all over the place, and just generally, I didn't think the game felt good to play. The shooting, also the movement, I would say felt really kind of sluggish and lethargic. That's the best way I would describe it. For argument's sake,
it's sluggish and lethargic, just like the devs of this game. They seem very sluggish and lethargic, dude. I know they're posted that they've been making this game with their heart and soul for like 10 years or 5 years or something. Like, I don't know about that, man. That seems sluggish and lethargic for 5 years of development. Like this,
say they fix all of that. All of these issues get resolved. They improve the gunplay to make it feel better. The hit registration,
this is the improved
animations,
version,
the sounds.
guys.
They fix the bugs
This
and
is
the
the
glitches, and
improved
performance
version.
is ironed out so it doesn't run so poorly. And the latency problems, let's say they get addressed in a few days or weeks from now as the launch rush dies down. If we were to snap our fingers and all of
There's
those
no way.
issues were resolved, what we're left with is still a shallow content and pretty features lacking game. What kind of game is this, by the way? We've not yet touched on that. Well,
and Force Gaming, let me remind you, has played fucking Korean Gamba MMOs. So these words are coming from someone who has played like shallow money grubbing and stealing Gamba MMOs. Like, that is what he's comparing to. That is what he's comparing to, guys.
originally, and still today even, the day before is described by the developer as a post-apocalyptic open-world MMO survival game. It is not that, and I actually can't believe that they are still
It
calling
is
that.
not
so go on
that.
their Steam page, it's labeled as this.
We gotta read some of these reviews. Oh my god, overwhelmingly negative. Oh my god, this is a gift. This is manna from the heavens for us, guys. Oh, this is going to be so funny. Oh my lord, I know exactly what we're doing right after this video. Holy shit, I need to inject these reviews into my veins. This is, oh god damn. I don't think I've ever seen a score this bad. 4,000 reviews, overwhelmingly negative. I cannot wait to hover over the. Oh no, it's right here. 13% are positive reviews. I don't know who would rate this positively. I don't know who's in that 13%. Maybe that's the NPCs he was talking about. But yeah. Gift this game as a like a little bomb to your mortal enemies, you know? Like, oh my god, holy shit. Yeah, those 13% are the NPC bots. Exactly. Dude, that means 87% of the reviews, and let's just pretend that all those people are real, you know, like compared to the 13% that aren't real. So 80%, 87% of these reviews are negative. I don't know if I've ever seen a score this bad. Guys, have you ever seen an 87% negative rate on Steam for any game ever? I don't think I have. I don't think I've seen a review rating this bad. Like, ever. I'd have to look. Overwatch 2? Overwatch 2 is not on Steam, is it? Is it on Steam? I don't think even for that.
World MMO survival game. This is not an open world MMO. It's not an MMO at all, and I would barely call it a survival game. This is an extraction game. You
I would
pick
barely
what gear you want to have equipped. You then
extraction games are generally good at survival mechanics. So the fact that he's saying it's not even a survival game, and then in the same sentence he's saying it's an extraction game, that means that the devs don't even know what they're doing. Like, holy crap. The design of this game. Overwatch 2 is at 92% negative. Okay. So we have one that beats it. We have the race to the bottom, boys.
load
That's good to
into the
know.
map, go around scavenging for items while navigating the zombies and other players and trying to escape alive. If you die, you drop most of your stuff. Structurally, this is like most other extraction
that's an
games,
extraction
but
game,
then it's severely lacking in a lot of what you expect. For one, there are barely any zombies. At most, I would see groups of 2 to 3.
What did I say, guys? What did I just say? I was like, man, in these city sequences where you would expect there to be, like, you know, more dense zombies, usually the urban areas have more loot and more zombies. Barely any. Barely any. Amazing. This is art. Holy shit. This is amazing. I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
But very rarely, I could walk blocks and only see a single zombie in the streets, while also, interestingly enough, not
Dude,
coming.
there are more scavs on Tarkov. More NPC, you know, the scav dudes that you can kill. They're not zombies, they're just normal people. But like, they're like the AI controlled normal people in Tarkov. There are more scavs in a city in Escape from Tarkov. Hell, in the country, in the woods in Escape from Tarkov, compared to zombies in the city of the day before. This is, oh my god, what the hell is this? Thank you,
across
Monday, for
many
the
other
follow.
players.
Welcome to
For a
Play Crew.
post-apocalyptic zombie survival MMO, as they call it, the zombies are but a footnote here. Just in general
Oh
as
my
well, there is
God.
not a lot going on, not very much to see and do in this game. Loot seems
This
few
is
and far
terrible.
between, and mechanically, besides shooting,
Holy
looting is all there
shit.
is to do. Even the quest system is just looting. Every single mission that I have seen so far was just a fetch quest. It would direct you to an area and tell you to loot specific items found within a certain vicinity. There's just not a lot of things.
Wait, what was that map? I want to see that map again. Holy crap. Okay, so this is an example of quest design. Find plumbing kit. Find soldering kit. Find sealant. And you get like you can't see it because the reward is 1,000 W bucks essentially, which I think is Woodbury dollars or whatever the fuck. This is amazing. This is high quality quest design. High quality quest design.
Loot specific items.
Okay, here's the map. Yup, that map is really, 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 really not detailed at all. In any way, shape, or form. Oh my god. Compare this map to, like, if you want to get depressed, compare this map to Cyberpunk 2077. And then you'll get depressed.
Found within a certain vicinity. There's just not a lot of things. It's also
Holy
very
crap.
mechanics and features lacking. You can jump, you can run, you can loot, you can shoot.
He just named 4 actions. That's it. That is it. Yeah, old GTA. Yeah, that's like the OG, like the top-down 2D GTA map. Mage Power is what it looks like. Holy crap. This is
All you need, right?
amazing.
But there's a lot of extra layers of things that should be in here but aren't. There's no mantling, which absolutely blows my mind. This is a UE5 game. I'm pretty sure you can just buy mantling from the Unreal Engine store. I'm being very reductive, but
I mean, they bought everything else from the Unreal Engine 5 store, so yeah, one would think they could have bought mantling as well. I guess they decided not to. Oh my god.
I can't believe there's not mantling in this game. It should definitely be in here, and they better add it. There's also no melee in this game, which is extra perplexing.
Ow! There is no melee! I was just guessing! Holy shit, that's why we didn't see any meleeing. There is literally no melee. Oh no! In a zombie survival game, there's no melee. It's confirmed. I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Yeah, I just died hearing no melee. Dude, Mage, it's a zombie survival game. I love zombie games. I love survival games. I have never, ever, ever, ever seen a zombie game without any melee. Without any. Like, none. Like, zero. What do you do when you run out of bullets? I mean, it looks like you won't ever run out of bullets because you only ever run into, like, 1 or 2 zombies, Flore, to be fair. But that is not a good design decision by any means whatsoever. Melee hasn't been invented in this universe. Nobody's thought of it yet. Yeah. The Day Before's universe. Guys, it's a very unique alternate universe where no one thought to melee something ever before. You know, you can't put that on Fntastic. Yeah, it was it was the day before melee was invented, guys. That's what it is. The name The Day Before, it comes from, this is the day before people realized they could, climb on something. So that's why there's no mantling. This is the day before there's any melee combat. This is the day before any survival mechanics. That's what it's the day before, guys. It's the day before all of these things. Oh my god, that's so good.
I swear we have seen melee in preview pre-launch footage. There was melee, there were melee weapons, there's no melee system.
You know, I think Force Gaming, like, he did cover this, all the trailers and such, The reason that it was in the pre-launch trailers and such, it's because those pre-launch trailers were just pre-rendered videos. They weren't gameplay. None of I think one of the trailers out of like the 20 that they've ever shown was completely just pre-rendered trash. Like it was just like, here, let's make a movie in Windows Movie Maker, and they made it look nice, and that was it. That was literally it. Yeah, Gunblades. Yeah, this is Final Fantasy VIII, exactly.
In this game, you can't even butt with your weapon. There are no melee weapons from what we've seen. There is no environmental engagement beyond looting, occasionally opening doors, although you need keypads for any doors that can be opened. And I guess there are elevators that you can call and start as well, but very little engagement with the environments. Things like, I don't know, being able to climb ladders.
Dude, he just walked in a circle around the zombie, and the zombie didn't, like, you know, kill. Dude, these are like the sweetest little baby zombies I've ever seen. Did you see that? Like, look at his movement here, guys. We're gonna replay this. Look at just his movement
in this game. You can't
around the
little
little
there are no melee
case.
weapons from what we've seen. There is no environmental engagement beyond looting, occasionally opening doors, although you need keypads for any doors that can be opened. And I guess there are elevators that you can call and start as well, but very little engagement with the environment.
What is
Things like I don't know, being able to climb ladders, for example.
That's not in the game.
Again,
dude,
no mantling system in the game.
I would say
with
smarter than that. I don't know, man.
Which is part of what leads to it feeling very, very static. There are no events in the game as far as we can tell. Things like horde modes or loot drops happening. Things that you might expect from an extraction game.
Why would we have events in a world like that? That's crazy. This is crazy talk. I can't imagine why we would have these things. Why? I mean, to be fair, their brains are rotting. They're on par with the most normal ADC main. Exactly, Potse. Exactly. If you ever, you know, it's so funny, Ponce, because those are the people that were like, I'm gonna fight you IRL, I'm gonna chase you down, blah blah blah. Dude, this is exactly how they would act if they actually ran into you in real life.
Of that is present here. There doesn't appear to be any bosses or bigger zombie enemies for better loot. Again, from what I've seen, maybe this just requires more playtime. There's also currently no progression in the game, although that was alluded to even in the character creation screen. It mentioned something about progression.
Okay, so really these stats don't really mean anything. There's no progression. That's great. You know what I love in extraction, and you know what I love in survival games? Zero progression of any kind. That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite thing. I'm being completely facetious, guys. This is ridiculous. This is man. I can't imagine an MMO with zero progression.
You picked classes with different skills, but no progression seems to be in here. And also,
he probably ran out of ammo on purpose for it.
Difficult and frustrating as it can be, listening to other players in these games, it definitely does add to a lot of the charm. But ultimately, my main point is a lot of things that you might expect from an open world zombie survival game, but although that's not what this is, it's an extraction game. A lot of things that you would expect from
You mean every single zombie survival game literally on the planet? Think of any zombie survival game, and it'll have all of these mechanics that are not in this game at all whatsoever. This is Zombie U. Wait, I heard. Do you mean the Wii U one? I heard that game was actually pretty good. Project Zomboid. Yeah, Project Zomboid has all of it. Amazing survival mechanics, fantastic progression, long term and short term, both in terms of like the things you can make and craft and do, but also in terms of skills, in terms of like RPG mechanics and everything. Zombie U was the bad one. Okay. There was one of them that was actually really, really good. I can't remember the name though. And I think it was on the Wii U or whatever. But yeah, I might have gotten mixed up. Either way, pressing H cures the zombie virus. Wait, what? Is that a thing in Zombie U? You can just press H and just not die. That's amazing. That's amazing. You know what's funny, guys? Have you ever seen the game, oh god, what is it called? I have it. It's actually a really, really good zombie game. It is a third-person action game. And it was made like 7 years ago. Hold on. It was one I was playing with Stasis. It has like a little bit mix of, it's a multiplayer game as well. That's why I'm comparing it to this. Steam zombie game multiplayer. No, the group was bought by Microsoft, so now it's on the Microsoft store. I could probably just check my Microsoft store. I'm just trying to really quickly find. My brain. There are 2 games of it now. There was one, and that first one came out like years and years ago. And it was on like the Xbox 360, I think. And then the second game came out like right before I started streaming. Zombie Survival. Here we go. I'm just looking up on Steam. And I'm just comparing it because those are both. This is like that because they're both third-person zombie survival games, except that seems better in every single way while being like 10 years old. That's the reason I'm bringing it up. State of Decay, guys. State of Decay. This game is better. This game that came out in 2015, so 8 years ago, I was a little wrong, is better in every single way compared to 94% positive. Yeah, compared to the day before. State of Decay, dude. This game is a banger, and 2 is completely online as well if you want it to be. And you can actually play, like 1 was not even online, but 2 is completely online. It has all of these mechanics and more, and it's actually a good game. Except it was made, I think 2 was made 5 years ago.
Action games, all the things that you would expect from modern day third-person shooters, this game just doesn't seem to have.
Man.
Even early on, from just my first impressions in an afternoon of playing, there does seem to be some pretty clear design and structural problems with this game, some issues. There's definitely going to be lots of ways to game the system. From what we could tell, disconnect and teleport safely with all of your items back to Woodbury. So instead of having to go to the extraction zone, at one point I was playing, I got disconnected from the server. I had my backpack full of stuff that I looted, and I just ended up in the safe zone in Woodbury with all the stuff that I looted. That seemed...
Man, that is definitely not a game-breaking mechanic for an extraction shooter. Man, dude, can you imagine Ponce playing Tarkov? And just the way to win, you didn't even have to go to the extraction. You could just disconnect, and then you're fine. Could you imagine what Tarkov would be like with that mechanic? Oh, if only. God. The day before is ahead of his time, guys. Look at that. Look at that.
It's like that is going to get abused. But then there's also the fact that there's only 2 major extraction points. There are a bunch of small extraction points, but you can't take the stuff in your backpack, only the stuff in your pockets, which is a very small space of inventory. You know what this is going to lead to? Without a doubt, people will end up camping these locations to hell. I assume even today, but if not in the next week or 2 weeks, people will realize if you just camp the only 2 extraction points that people can actually take their stuff through, that's going to be the best way to get loot.
What's the worst that could happen?
Don't bother going around spending 30, 40.
I think it's bold of Force Gaming to assume that people will still be playing this game in a week. I think that is the most bold part of this. That is very bold here. That is very bold.
60 minutes looting the town, sit at the extraction point, and when everyone who has their loot comes there, kill them and take their stuff.
Guys, you know why? You know why this game is called The Day Before? They started making this game the day before yesterday. That's it. We figured it out. That's why it's called The Day Before. They started making it the day before. Oh, man. It all makes sense now, guys. We figured it out. We have broken the talisman. We have figured it out, guys. Yeah, the day after tomorrow is a sequel. Exactly. Oh, my God. Holy shit, guys. It was made in 2 days. Look, this game is not so bad when you think of it being made the day before. That's it.
They've designed the game with only 2 static extraction points.
That's how it goes.
That's going to be an issue without a question. Just in general, there is very little to explore. A majority of the buildings in the city cannot be entered, even in the rural areas that just have like a smattering of houses. Most of them also can't be entered. There's very little in the sense of use of elevation. Like we saw a couple of buildings that had like a second level, but that was basically it.
Look at him
general,
scooting,
very flat, very static, and ultimately, I just felt that playing this game game was just pretty boring. And not because I don't like the genre. I've loved a lot of zombie survival games. I really also like extraction games.
Holy
it just
crap.
feels almost like the thought that I had while playing this game was like, they took the Dark Zone idea from The Division, and The Division 2, right? They took that concept and they just then removed 90% of the content and features. And that's what we were left with the day before. Now,
why would
there
you have
are
any of
good
those
things about this, right? I don't want to be predominantly negative. I will say it looks really good. How much of that is due to Unreal Engine 5 and the pre-bought assets that they...
You know, I'm curious. I'm curious if anyone has looked at the Unreal 5 pre-bought asset store and compared it to the stuff from the day before. I bet if someone did, there would be no changes. It would just be copy and pasted. I bet you. I don't know. I have not done the math myself. But, you know, that brings up a really good point. You know, this is a very, very interesting conundrum here.
Picked up from the store. Who knows, but who really cares? I think it looks good. I think there's some pretty cool environments and locations, some really neat areas in this map that you can go around and explore that are visually appealing, even if they are not gameplay-wise engaging. I also think the premise is fine. Like I said, zombie survival games I like extraction games as well. I think you can make a good one of these games. I just don't know that this is it. And yeah, I
Arma
would
3
say
had
that the
better
map
mods
system
than
is
this 8
cool
years
as well.
ago.
That's another thing that I think is pretty neat. You basically pull out
DayZ has had no updates in like the past, you know, real updates in the past like 7 years. It's still a better game than this in every single way. In literally every single way.
This digital pad that acts as
Completely
a GPS
agreed.
map. It shows you all the roads and the major points of interest. You can also see a little bit on the peripheral of your vision things that are going on in the world, so it doesn't completely blind you while you're looking at the map to what's happening in your vicinity. I think that's pretty neat. I think that map system is cool. I think it looks good. I think the premise is fine.
Poor
but at
Force
the end of the
Gaming
day,
is scraping
the proof is in
the
the
bottom
pudding.
of the
Currently,
barrel
the
trying
game
to say
sits
something
at
nice.
overwhelmingly negative on Steam with an impressively low 16%
Oh my
approval
God.
rating from users, which
Oh
is one
my
of the
God,
lowest
I
that I've
can't
seen in
wait.
a while.
I
I was going
cannot
around just
wait.
watching some streamers. I wanted to get other players' thoughts on the game.
We're gonna
see
read
what they
these
were giving
negative
for
reviews,
feedback, see
Ponce.
how their play experience was going, and I saw a variety of things. I heard one person though at a point say that everyone that was giving the game a low score on Steam, you know, leading to its overwhelmingly negative reviews right now, this person said that they were just sheep, that they were just playing into the herd mentality basically and hating on the game for the sake of it. Maybe. Or maybe this is simply a bad product and people are reacting to that. It is.
Oh my God. You don't understand, guys. You're all sheep. This is actually the greatest game of all time. You don't understand. Guys, this game is going to be huge. It's going to be the best game ever. You all don't get it. Wake up, sheeple. Wake up, sheeple. You don't get it, man. This is actually the greatest game of all time. This is the best zombie shooter. This is the best zombie shooter ever. And then the Force Gaming is like, or it's just shit. Or it's just actually shit. Oh
not
my
as
God.
advertised. People expected an open world
Checkmate
MMO.
atheists.
It is still described as such on their
Oh
Steam
my
page
God.
right at this moment, but what they got instead was an extraction shooter. Even
Holy
as an
shit.
extraction shooter, if you like it, which I myself do,
Holy
it is
shit.
lacking many expected features. No melee, no mantling, barely any environmental engagement, no events, basically no zombies.
I would not play this over any other extraction shooter out there. And I include Division 2 on that, and that game is fucking dead now. I would rather play that over this.
Rarely coming across other players, all while being full of bugs and glitches, and I'm
Holy
sure I've only
shit,
documented
man.
a fraction of them, while also having massive latency problems that make the combat and movement feel like crap. And beyond all of those things, at the end of the day, I just found the game plain boring. The world is static, there's not much going on, few zombies, fewer players, you're just running around a basically empty city, looting cars, and entering the occasional building. I would say that the only real redeeming quality that I can see in this is the fact that it's new, and you can PvP. So if you want to walk around in a new game that you have not seen and
I
experienced...
don't know, PvPing in a game where it is literally, 1 second delay. Ponce, I was talking about this earlier, because you actually know Tarkov. We've had problems with desync in Tarkov. There was never a 1 second, an actual whole fat second desync in Tarkov. It was like microseconds, which feel like eternities because you're in a in a massive gunfight. But like, dude, it was like shot, pause, hit registration, pause, then the effect of the shot, as in like a player dies or something. Like that is the amount of desync in this game, Ponce. Can you imagine playing Tarkov like that? Can you imagine? Dude, I would lose my shit. I would lose my absolute shit. You gotta think 4 steps ahead. Exactly.
Before while fighting other players, great, that can be fun, and this game
sounds
has
playable,
that,
yeah.
but that's about all it has. At the end of the day,
You gotta do
I
4D
just want
chess.
good games. That's all I really care about. We've talked at length about this developer's history, about
Ryan,
the
this
development of
looks
this
to be
game,
one of the
about
worst
everything
games
that's happened with the
2023, which is
volunteers, with
amazing.
the store-bought assets,
so
with
excited.
the legal issues, with the constant delays, with the fact that this developer has abandoned every single one of their game that they put into early access so far. That is the reality. None of that really matters if they make a good game.
Right.
We talked about that stuff, and we followed this stuff because I was interested
But
in
this
this
is
game as
the
a premise.
worst
Like I've said, what they showed initially
Too
looked
bad.
really
This had
promising.
the
Upon looking further into it,
unfortunate
I saw some
experience of
things that
being
looked a
the
little
worst
concerning.
game.
All of that preamble, all of that discourse
Yeah,
around
5D
the game
chess with
prior to it
multiverse
coming
time
out
travel.
doesn't
Exactly.
matter if the
Exactly,
game is
Ponce.
good. Even with all of that in mind and with all of that knowledge, I was hoping this game would be good. And if this game were good, I would happily say so.
Yeah.
I would prefer the world and the reality be that this video is me saying, guys, despite all of the concerns the day before came out, it's a killer new game. Sure, it's not a zombie survival MMO, but it's an extraction game, and they did a really good job, and it plays really well, and it feels great, and I had super fun playing, and I'm going to keep playing today. But that is not it.
Nope.
That is not what they've done. As of now, on first impressions, no. I don't recommend buying or playing the day before. In fact, I've sent in a refund request on Steam.
Man.
I've blown past my 2-hour limit that is typical before they cut off refunds. But
Steam has got to relax this 2-hour thing. Like, dude, I heard the servers for this game weren't even up for like 4 hours. So that means, and you know, the day before devs, they probably did this on purpose to make sure no one could refund their game. Steam should be like, you know, for the next month, if you bought this game, if you bought this piece of shit, just you can refund it for free. Just give it back. That would be good. That would be the proper way to do this.
I'm going to fight for it anyways because I don't want to give them money.
Yeah.
Like, I consider this a sacrifice, and hopefully this video, as well as the stream that I did,
I agree,
provides
Ryan.
as
Yeah,
a
yeah.
warning to keep you away
Should
from
be able
it
to
for
return
now.
it.
Maybe they turn it around. Other people have other impressions. I've actually seen other streamers and content creators speak quite highly. I feel like that is just because it's fun to go around a new game and fight other players. I think that is like the only
I don't think
virtue
anyone
this
could
game has, the
possibly
only redeeming
talk about this
quality.
game favorably.
Outside of that, if that's all you're looking for, walking around a new space that you haven't played in before and shooting players while everyone is still new and bad,
There's
yeah,
no way.
absolutely, you can have fun with that. But everything else about this game is shallow, is lacking, is
Oh,
just
God.
outright abysmal. And the
It was
development,
made the day before.
history of
That's
this
all.
developer leaves me
Makes so much more
lacking
sense.
any confidence that they are going to turn this around. But I hope they do.
Yeah.
Because like I said, at the end of the day,
It'd be
all I
great if
want
they
is a
do
good
this.
game.
Yeah, let's
Turn this
let
into a
this
good
be
game.
The best,
and
the
I'll
best
play it. But right now,
come-up
the
story.
day before, it's bad. It's just outright bad, in my
bad.
opinion. And that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I've got
Poor
to say, I
Force
take no
Gaming just
pleasure in
looks
this.
so
I wish
defeated
this
here.
video were the opposite. It were me saying, wow, with all the issues, they
Oh
ended up
my
turning out
God,
something good.
dude.
But that is not what has happened.
Oh, that looks rough, dude. Okay, we got to read these Steam reviews. I am so excited to read these. All right, the day before. This is the oh my God. Holy shit. 18,000 reviews. 80% of them are hyper negative. Holy shit. They should rename this. If they rename this to the scam before, it'll be actually correct. It'll be actually correct. Absolutely do not consider look at this. Something just made an emote of a dude shitting. Oh my God. Absolutely do not consider buying this broken game. The game is really bad. Do not waste your time nor money on this cash grab of the game. Rated worst game already. Do not make the mistake most people did. Save your money. Hopefully Steam allows all refunds, even if played longer than 2 hours. Yeah, I agree. That absolutely it has to be necessary. That has to be necessary here. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Oh God. They started working this game the day before it came out. Oh yes, everyone's making this joke. That's so good. On the day it came out, we found it. We've been scammed. On the day after it came out, we found Steam doesn't care about what it is on their store. Well, I mean, it's not really Steam's job to take this game off the store. It's just Steam's job to give refunds. That's it. That's literally it. Do not. Just the answer is do not. What is this game? This was the most wishlisted game on Steam for like the past 3 years. 3 years ago, there was like a really nice video that came out, and it was people quickly found out as a pre-rendered video, but you know, most of the gaming world didn't catch on. And so people wishlisted this game because a lot of people think of a open world MMO survival shooter, and they're like, you know, that sounds really dope if it's done right. And that was it. That was literally it. People wanted it to work, and so everyone wishlisted the fuck out of this game. And it came out in the worst state imaginable. It came out worse than trash. It came out shit tier, which is amazing. Created a character, changed servers to meet up with a friend. Game deleted all of our equipment and loot, so we had nothing when changing. Okay, no big deal. We're hardcore like that, so didn't care. We decided to just head out in the city and get some. Went out in the city to get loot. No zombies anywhere. Then we find a police station, and we can't punch zombies, and there's no melee in a zombie survival game. RIP. Wanted to give this game a chance, but we felt violated by this game. Dude, this game is so bad, it violated them. This is, oh god, holy shit. Oh my god, this game violated them. This is really, really bad. This is so sad. Not even close to what the devs said it would be. Fntastic, I really hope, as a developer getting absolutely demolished at the moment, that you can read your Steam reviews to this game. Maybe my personal opinion or opinion of the entire community, but the smartest thing you can do is keep yourself from losing what little credibility you have and drop the price to $20 and refund every owner of this game the rest. So they're actually getting something, at least 10% of what they paid for. Dude, this guy is being kind, implying that this is even worth $20. You could buy Project Zomboid for $20. You could buy Project Zomboid, one of the best survival games on the market, for $20. That is insanity, man. I wouldn't pay $5 for this shit. Holy crap, they'd have to pay me to play this game. Oh my god, dude. Myself and 2 others could put this horrible joke of a game together ourselves and add vaulting and voice chat in 3 months. What the hell did y'all spend 5 years on? The developers should be ashamed of themselves for this Unreal Store asset flip. I was so excited for this, but it's all just bull. Yep, exactly. Graphics, don't look too long at it. Gameplay, just don't. Audio, bad. PC requirements, ask NASA if they have a spare computer. Difficulty, significant brain usage. Story, no story. Game time, long enough for a cup of coffee. Price, you could also just burn your money. This is the best review I've ever seen. Bugs, the game itself is a big terrarium. Question mark out of 10, 1 out of 10. This game is totally made of bugs, a complete scam. My laptop isn't the top. Only get 9,000 in time spy. I don't know what that means. But can you imagine playing this 20 FPS 720 game, all low settings? Simply unacceptable. Even my trash MacBook can run 20 FPS 1080p on Cyberpunk 2077 at its launch. So what the fuck is this game? Saying this is a piece of shit is disrespectful to shit. This review is gold. Because even flies will stay away from this. Disgusting. My own poop looks better than your shitty graphics. I can only imagine what he's saying there. The world is totally empty. There's absolutely nothing to play with. Fntastic, idiots, you better go to hell. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, he went a little hard there. Oh my god. Holy crap. This is yeah, you could give 4 Twitch subs to people you care about for $20. Yep. Oh my god. You know what? Let's check something else. Let's check the day before subreddit. I'm curious. I am curious how bad this is going to be. Do you see the bottom review? I did not. What did it say? I present to you the asset flip file dump. No! Someone did the math! Oh, no! Oh, let's see. Let's see it. Yep. Continue. I'm only putting the assets I can confirm are from the marketplace. Okay, third person action camera. Let's see what this looks like. Yep, that's a 1-to-1. Yeah, okay, so they just copy and pasted that exact thing. That's fine. Ascent dialogue system. Let's see what this is. Hold on, my music's a little loud. Sorry about that. I didn't know my music was playing. Let me turn it down. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, Mage. I made that joke in the middle. Yeah. Yep. The dialogue boxes look the exact same. Okay. Cool. Let's see these imagers. Lies and deceit. Okay, all right. Oh, this is just like information about the company. That's fine. We already know. We already know that. Okay. I want to see the 1-to-1. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Abandoned church building. These are the actual buildings. This building we saw in the Force Gaming's video. In the game. This is the exact same building. With no changes. Oh my god, this is amazing. All right. Abandoned car showroom, we didn't see that. The bunker. Let's see what the bunker looks like in here. Okay, we didn't see the bunker in the game, so we can't really grab that. Downtown city. Here, let's see what the downtown city is. Guys, it's a 1-to-1. Ponce. This is a literal 1-to-1, dude. This is the exact same assets. They didn't even change anything. They didn't even change anything, bro. What in the world? Holy crap. Yeah, they like changed the word pharmacy into an actual name. And they're like, yeah, that's good. Oh my god. What is this? A residential house. We saw plenty of the houses. Yep, that's the exact same. They were in this. Kitchen getting stuff. Oh my god, dude. What in the world? The inventory system. No way they copied the inventory system. Guys, they copied the inventory system. This is an exact 1-to-1 for the inventory system. Oh my god. Clothing, food, books. Okay, let's see. Can I go back to the Force Gaming? Reopen, close tab. Oh shit. Hold on. Let me just, yeah, here we go. YouTube Force Gaming. Can't spell. Lazy and pathetic? Dude, yeah. This is great. This is the funniest shit I've ever seen. Okay, I just want to see the inventory system. Come on, I want to compare. Give me that comparison, baby. When he's talking about looting, it'll be there. It's quick scanning. At the bottom. We're doing the math, guys. We're doing the math. Nope, that's character creation. Okay, I think he talks about it here. Nope. Fuck! I can't find a picture of the day before's inventory. Let's look it up. The day before inventory. I just want to see what it looks like. Dollar Tree. Oh god. Oh, here we go. This is a YouTube of the actual game, like someone like doing a little how-to. Here we go. Yep. Dude, the boxes look the exact same. The words are the exact same. The shirt asset is the exact same. Oh my god. I don't know. We haven't found any apples or anything, but that's probably the exact same. Oh my god. Holy shit. The gear is the exact same. This is a 1-to-1. This is just an asset flip. That is literally it. How the hell? Dude, how did they get away with this? How did they get away with this? That is my question. I am astounded. It's the false advertising. Yeah, exactly. They shed blood, sweat, and tears over the last 5 years typing in their credit card numbers in the UE store, guys. This blood, sweat, and tears. Oh my god. Yeah, sure, you can copy my homework, just change it a little so the teacher doesn't know. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Oh my god. Holy shit. That's one of the worst. This is one of the worst games I've ever seen. I'm impressed. It takes a lot to impress me. We've seen a lot of shitty games, including this year. We've seen a ton of them. But this one might take the cake. Amazing. Absolute art. Absolute art, guys. Holy shit. Holy shit.